Well, hello again, and welcome back to Idle Kingdom Defense. So today, 7275, and of course, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and make sure to ring that bell. That said, we're working on B team, that's why we're missing a warrior there. B team is just my farming team. It just makes everything easier having a low crowd control team when you're farming. And since my team is strong enough, we can take them right into King's Ruin without even needing to switch into my main team. So let's get started. Now I did clear up to 7 today. I did one extra stage. So let's see where this leads us. And honestly, it is great. We are jamming. Now Marion did hit 41 million attack today. And Marion is also, what else did she hit? She got another 1,000 crit damage or so. So some pretty good growth on her end. I mean, obviously she's going to end up being a monster among monsters. And let's finish this off. Alright, so, 9th room. Uh-oh. Again, this is very much a Marion stage 2, just because of how everything clumps up on the castle. Assuming Marion gets proper RNG to actually attack the front of the castle. Sometimes Christian will, and he'll kind of steal her thunder a little bit. As Christian's basic attack also AoEs, Christian is just a monster. I have tested, though. I've tested both Marion and Christian, and even with Marion's artifacts, Christian does do better. I will need to do that when we get closer to having a max Marion, max Christian. We'll do a swap again. I did try it one time, and actually it was kind of disappointing because Marion was that much better. But Christian is still really good for mop-up. That's the whole thing. He's good for cleanup. He's like the cleanup crew. If you watch these, you'll see how Christian, like, cleans up what she doesn't finish off. Which to me is still really important. And it's especially important when farming because her cooldown is so long. So technically having Christian's a set of artifacts just makes farming better. Which I'm all for, as you know. Alright, let's see if we can get the ruins done. Shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty straightforward. And 11. So 10, 11, and 13 are the longer stages. And the way that works is that it's just the way the type of monsters that you can't AoE them down as effectively. 14 would be too, but I use the buffs on 14, so if you get like 100% extra damage, it's just so noticeably easier. And the most interesting thing is, if you get that kind of bonus damage, you actually will see your other heroes like contribute. Which is, you know, I mean, they're making the same contribution, but you can actually see them reducing the health of the monsters. And here we go. And the unfortunate thing is the way the artifact system works, because the base strength of or the base attack of the S tier heroes is so much higher and has so much better growth than any of the other heroes. None of the non S tier heroes can really repeat, no matter how good their artifacts are. Kind of unfortunate. Flat attack does sort of help mitigate the difference. But you need crit damage. So if you could get one with crit damage and flat attack, that does help mitigate the difference a little bit. But still, you're still just better off using an S tier. Like, why settle? The only reason I don't have a full S tier crew here is just because, you know, a lot of the S tier warriors have crowd control. And this is my no crowd control group. Plus Brian, you know, you can't not have Brian. Alright, on to 13. Pretty smooth so far. Damn, actually, we're doing really great. I'll try to remember to look at the numbers after this one, because the numbers are always so telling. Always so telling. And like, it's crazy how telling they are. Alright, here we go. 13 is done. Now we can use our buffs. Wait, first let's look and see. So yeah, as you can see, Marion 84%. And this is only going to get higher and higher as her contribution just increases. So, I mean, the more her... Like, when she starts being able to one-shot things, she's going to probably get up to 90%. Because she'll just one-shot everything. And really not leave much for the other heroes to do. Honestly, who I really want to see is Lucas. Lucas with a monster set of artifacts is what I would really like to see. A level 20,000 Lucas. The only problem is his cooldown's like 20 seconds, so you get one good shot out of him and that's it. But it'd be interesting to see if he could, like... I mean, I'm sure he could at high enough levels just sweep the entire board. It wouldn't be practical for things that require more than one hit. But I would love to see that. Maybe one day I'll get my artifacts high enough and we can try a Lucas. And now for the final stage. And then we'll do a recap. I really wish it would save the damage for more than one turn, you know, like where we could kind of look at the damage for all the King's Rune. Especially as enemy composition really does matter with the damage that comes out. But what can you do, right? I wish you could do something. And 598. So, only 65% for Marion. That's the difference between a stage where Christian can AoE, Christian can actually contribute more. Again, 65% versus 32%. She's still dominating, just not as dominant. Vincent, for all the work and effort we put into him, is just the king of 1%. I should have seen this coming. When we get his runes up to plus 12, I imagine we'll see another jump, but a much smaller jump than this. Daniel, the king, is 0%, and we're really not doing anybody else's runes. I had considered doing like Roderick or Daniel, maybe in the future. Maybe once we like, and again, this is so far into the future because I'd have to max Christian, Marion, Sophia, Vincent, and then in the future in the futures decide to say, oh, let's work on Roderick. Not an impossible decision to make. But again, I wouldn't expect Roderick to do more than say, okay, let's double his damage, and he'd do about 600 billion. So for the amount of effort I put into him, he kind of like not worth it. But that said, once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.